Let's see where this one takes us, Dustin.
That's really what we're waiting for, right? Every team at this point is in the circle and they have something to play, but that is not the shift I would have expected, and that goes all the way north. And all of a sudden, when I said this is actually a good situation for United, this is an amazing situation for United.
Well, I want to talk about amazing situations. Again, this is such a crazy open position. You really don't want to give up too much too early coming in for the chase. It's got to be really hard when you really want those points, those kills. You know somebody's close by, but talking about close by, once again, Wildcard finding the early fight.
Already as a 3-man, Los is going to go down. Show now, it's just Show and Waldini.
Oh,
Show's going to find one, though. He's going to find 2, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, even with Los being knocked down, you can see he's really putting in the work. Nikus and Adam, though, are trying to exchange some nades. This one from Adam's going to land right next to Show, finds the knock. And that is 2 players down now for Rumblers. As the second nade followed up by Adam's going to get that flush onto Light Show. Los still has been taken down. And Greg Scheid, who's going wide with the car, looking to find another angle. Waldo, it's the last remaining hope for Rumblers to keep this one alive. And you see he's going to go ahead and get a car, reposition that one.
Oh, he's just trying to get
out. Yeah,
no, he's getting out of there. There's no way.
You can't get Los. Los is just living bait at this moment. There's no safe way to get that res.
I tried to manifest Show getting a second knock there. It didn't work.
Oh.
This is an interesting zone because there is definitely a lot to play here as far as open terrain, but not with this amount of teams. And so that's going to force a lot of these teams to fight, even somewhat towards the center, I would argue.
Yeah, I mean, with 58 players alive, 15 of the 16 teams still into play, that's definitely making things crowded. As you can see, Sonics coming right up onto 22. All nades out. They know exactly where they are, but as a trade, Vinny actually gets some damage onto Sonics, and as their car rolls over, Shrimzy manages to not get crushed. Tiggleton has taken down by Gizeta, gets flushed out very quickly. H-Win has been trapped as well as Mime, so 22 with full eyes right now on members of Sonics who got caught out in the open on this rotation.
Yeah, and actually really good job from 22 to kind of defend that now. They've already taken out one member of Sonics and have the other one quite a bad position. Herlax, though, from Team X tries to find the knock on Rusty, and he just might. No, never mind.
Okay. Rusty's got to be counting his blessings there. Did get the secure onto Colton, who finally bled out, but right as he tried to pop that first aid, I don't think he quite had the information on the fact that Hero was right next to him. He was so focused on staying away from Airlax. Something to keep in mind is the fact that we've still got 14 teams alive in a circle like this. I feel like we're going to get sub 10 here shortly.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, there is actually some pretty decent terrain to play out here. It's just, it's not enough for this many teams and this many players alive. It's just there isn't enough to play. And so, as you said, I mean, 10 teams is even a little generous. I'd say we'd go down to 9 or 8. I mean, this is a really crazy circle as it's just down to Baki now from Guri. And he's going to try to recover this if he can, but I don't know if that's the best idea.
Oh. I mean, Dialect does have a good angle to play from. The problem right now with Troglodytes is where do you turn your focus to? It looks like right now that focus is to making sure TX don't completely wrap around them, as Pulso with the nades trying to keep that pressure. Does push Dialect out a little bit closer, but those Molotovs are just falling short. Finds one, knocks. Erlax is going to get taken down. Finds the flush onto that, but there's still one member up of her Team X. Or as I say that, the Molotov is going to take care of that. Necro finds that last kill, and Troglodytes wastes no time to push right back into Guri to find that final player, Baki. US Guri and Troglodytes, though, I mean, this fight has been going on for quite some time. Baki and Zakraken do have a card to play from, as I said that. Poso once again stealing it out. That's it. Guri eliminated now. 11 kills for Troglodytes early in phase 4.
Yeah, that's, I mean, but this is the thing. You talked about it before. That one of their biggest strengths was their ability to fight and how scrappy they get, but they do tend to run out of gas. This time, I don't think that's the case. They have so many crates and they've been able to loot so many bodies that I think they can just keep this going and snowball this. I mean, we know how good Trog can be in a team fight. The problem is they're currently in a pretty rough situation as far as getting a decent rotation in because they have Wildcard right above them and then LG in that compound just to their east.
As we can see now on the kill feed, that is actually exactly what's happening. Troglodytes ran up onto Wildcard, but Nikus and Greg Shot have been set up, waited for it. And now Troglodytes are eliminated in 11th. But you know what? 11 kills, that's going to do big end points, taking them up to 3rd place. And Wildcard also pick up some much-needed points for them this game. The big thing that we've been keeping an eye on is what's going to go on with this 22 Bing Bang Boom fight. The circle does both of them favors, continuing to shift in their area. We are going to lose that high ground that Synergy and Wildcard have been playing from. But that also means that Peak's going to have to move into this. But you can see Gizera is taking care of that right now. Got one knock. It's just selfish. And HVZ still standing. Dodge, who had a really good first game, starting to struggle just a little bit. But look at this Luminosity absolutely melting down. Greg Shot getting knocked and flushed real quickly from Kurt with the M249.
Shout out to Poro, by the way, who predicted that. Literally said he'd see Kurt later with an M249, and he was not wrong. Man after my own heart. That actually was my favorite gun in all of PUBG back when it was a crate gun.
Right now, though, LG wasting no time. They've decided to challenge 22 for that position. That's going to give a little bit of breathing room for Bing Bang Boom as Haven gets knocked down. Kurt with the nades. The second one to follow up, hoping to see if he can get a second one, but goes just too wide. Does do 34 damage onto Hazeton, but not enough to find the knock. The second one hits the car. Hayes
getting bombarded.
Hayes is so low at this point. Gizeta does get spotted out. It's the M4 full in control. Yanni's the only one still up and standing, with the damage coming out from the grade. 22 taken down, but look at this LG. Have to be careful because Roth has pushed out to investigate.
Purdy Curdy is just on fire.
He's, you know, this is the return to the Kurt that I think we've been missing for a while. He hadn't been in the strongest form that we've seen him at past events, and right now I'm loving what I'm seeing from him right now. As you can see, Luke 12 focusing on that res to get Kurt back up and standing. Alo offering support to make sure that Bing Bang Boom doesn't come out and surprise them again. Yeah, and the one is, I guess, the other factor on this is United. They have the opposite side of the circle, the northwest side, which means that Dodge, BBB, and LG could potentially get smushed into that position. LG are still rotating, trying to find a spot to get in the zone. You can see they've got those cars to play with. Alo and Luke 12 could send it, find themselves a better tree, a dip, just any ridgeline to give them a little bit additional cover to use those vehicles to create hard cover. But it looks like they're just going to leave them behind, take this one on foot. They should have a general idea of where United is, especially now that Snaker's taking shots, getting to Keenan. I mean, this is the best time to do it. United's so focused on what's going on elsewhere in the circle.
They got spotted though. Yeah, Flood definitely saw them. I mean, that I like the idea, but they actually got in now. They're somewhat in circle, and they now have a chance to take the fight, but Snakers is going to find a knock and a flush with that grenade.
I mean, Bing Bang Boom losing 1.5 players out of that play as that flush, you just pointed out, did come out now with just 2 standing. Snakers lying prone, just seeing what he can surprise members of LG with the AUG out into play. Those nades going just over. They may not realize that Snakers is that close, but as Kurt gets taken down, it's actually going to be with the help from Hikerman from Team Dodge. Penta, though, throwing another nade. It's a little damage on Dorello, but still, it's the absence of that full knock damage right now that's coming out, but Snakers might be using that as an opportunity.
Oh, he's so close.
Oh, you got this. Oh, no.
Nice. Alo's going to find the knock.
He had the underhand nade out. The animation actually stopped, and he tried to switch to his gun, but it was just too late. As Snakers goes down, you can see kill feeds absolutely lighting up. That was the call for Bing Bang Boom and Dodge to continue that fight on, but with 3 members knocked down, Dodge are going to have to work on the res and recovery while this fight between LG and United is going on. LG, the only team still standing with all 4 players up.
Yep, all things considered, that actually worked out well for Dodge. They finished their fight, and now they actually do have time to recover because of this fight happening now. So Dodge will probably be able to get most of their members up and get back to a form, man. Meanwhile, this fight is still raging. Alo's going to step over on the right, and he's going to find him.
Absolutely insane. Alo gets a 3-piece out of United, but Dodge were able to get all 3 players that were knocked back down standing. You can see Ethan, the last one to pop off that first aid kit. They've managed to mostly recover. Luke 12 lying prone, waiting for that push coming in, but as you can see right now, I mean, the strength and recovery still could be in favor of LG. That Phase 9 circle is right on top of Luke 12, so if he doesn't get spotted out, this could be a little bit nasty for Dodge. You've got to start picking off members of Luminosity.
And you also have to realize not all the members of Luminosity really got touched that much, right? So you can see Luke 12 has pretty much perfect, pristine armor. That's the 3rd knock for Purdy. I don't think they're going to be able to get him back up. But Dodge as well are at a disadvantage here, in opinion, in terms of gear, right? They have been shredded over the last couple fights.
Yeah, I mean, they've used up so much of their resources coming into this late game. You can see Corsac's down to just 1 molly, 1 nade. His armor's looking moderately okay. His helmet's still healthy, but
Corsac's actually just fine.
Yeah, I think he's good. He's gonna be the good one here onto this. And you can see though, I mean, Alo is down to just a molly, a couple of smoke, actually quite a lot of smokes. It's 9 in the pocket, but right now, here comes that push. LG continuing to creep in just a bit. Corsac caught out in the open, smokes out. That's going to be the only cover he has versus Alo as he takes down Alo. That is huge. He's going to be able to continue to play that angle. If he can find Pinta, that could be something out here. But Pinta's going to get that knockout to Finta. Two members are down for dodge. Corsac and Hikerman trying to reposition, steal the center spot out. They know exactly where Pinta is. And as Luke 12 goes down, Pinta 32 HP. It's a 1v2, but Corsac's focusing on that res, trying to get Ethan back up. Dodge trying to use the numbers to their advantage.
That would be huge. If they get that res, I mean, obviously a 3v1 is not favorable, but because of the positioning they have and the smokes, I mean, Penta could make some very, very intricate plays here.
And you see that Molotov for Penta landed very close to Finna and Hikerman. It didn't land on them. They took no damage, but Hikerman actually pulled away from Finna on that res to try to put in work. Penta, though, has been spotted once again down to 34 HP again. His level 3 helmet is taking so much damage from this. He's trying to continue keeping that pressure from Dodge, but all 4 members are up in ready to fight. Full form on right now. As you can see, they have spread entirely around Penta, completely encircling him.
That's
Ethan's going to be the one to get that final kill, and Dodge take their first victory of the day with 7 kills.
7 kills, very well played to Dodge. They were very patient. Again, we listened to their comms, the information they had gathered, the process of elimination. Beautiful, beautiful stuff from them. But man, LG, what an incredible push up that hill. The fight with E United was beautiful, and then a big shout out to Troglodytes as well.
Absolutely. I mean, so many teams that we really wanted to see growth from today, teams that we expected big things coming into this event, really showing great form, especially since we finally got to break away from those first 2 military games that we had the game. I mean,